Are you a pitcher that chronically gets tight or sore in your abdominal oblique area every time you pitch? I'm going to go over today several of the core progressions we use in the rehab and performance setting for pitchers and why it's important for all pitchers to do movements similar to this. How do I know this? My name is Dr. Jeff Lewis. I'm the owner and physical therapist of Lewis Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, where I have helped countless baseball players get back to throwing pain-free, stronger, and throwing harder after an injury. Core strength is crucial for pitchers. When we look at the pitching motion as a whole, we start with the lower body. All of that power comes from your lower body when you're pitching. So we're pushing off the mound, generate power from the lower body. The goal then from the power that we generate from the lower body is transferring it through the core. The core, to me, is not as much of a power producer. It's more of a power transfer, a power transfer location more than anything. So what that means is we build power from our lower body, we transfer it through our core, we then transfer it up to the upper body, and then we impart that force on the ball in order to throw with maximum velocity. What happens a lot of times, especially in the younger guys where they maybe don't have as much of a training age or there's some mechanical issues at fault, is core strength or core endurance becomes a problem. So they might be good for the first couple innings of their outing, and then as they start to get fatigued, they start to lose optimal core positioning, posture starts to dip a little bit, and as a result, mechanics start to falter and performance starts to falter more than anything. So one of the things that I like to work on with guys, not only in the rehab setting, but in the performance setting, but primarily in the rehab setting, is some type of core progression work more than anything. So chopping and lifting patterns. So chopping meaning we're chopping down, lifting meaning that we're lifting up. And again, the reason that we like to work on this is because once that core gets fatigued, it really starts to, you essentially lose the power that you generate from your lower body. And when you lose power from your lower body, but you're still trying to throw as hard as you can over the course of your outing, where does that power come from usually? It's usually more stress and force on the arm, the shoulder, the elbow more than anything. So first thing we're going to go over is a lifting pattern. I'm going to do all of these in what I call a half kneeling position. So one foot's on the ground, one foot is behind you, because it's really going to isolate that core and take away your ability to compensate from other areas of your body. So for the lift pattern, you are going to go ahead, you're going to get on your, so if I have the band on my left here, I'm going to go ahead on my left leg down, my right leg is up here like this. And you really want the band to be probably at about foot level more than anything. So what I'm going to do is start here, I'm going to have both hands, I'm going to lift up, rotate. Yeah, you can see even right there, if I go too heavy of a band, it's going to pull you back a little bit. So you're going to be here, rotate up, and nice and slow on the way down. That lowering part back down is just as important as how hard you go for the going up, the concentric portion of it. So again, I'm going to be here, rotate up, and come back down. Rotate up, and come back down. So again, that's a lift pattern. Really making sure that you're going slow on the way down. It does us no good if we go just and it pulls us back like that. We want to make sure it's slow and controlled, getting a good eccentric contraction throughout that oblique. The next part is going to be a chop pattern. So now we're going to have a band up high, so probably a little bit higher than head level. You're going to be back down on one knee here. Bring this up a little bit. Back down on one knee here, starting out the side here. Now you're chopping down to the outside part of that front leg. Come back up. Excuse me. So that is going to be your chop pattern more than anything. These patterns in particular, there's a couple different ways we can implement them. From a rehab process, say I have a guy that's not thrown for 4 to 6 weeks, I'm trying to get those implemented as quickly as I can in the rehab process to get some core work going. We got a little bit of arm work too, but also from a performance standpoint, they have a lot of great benefit. So if you're a pitcher with questions about core training, leave a comment below or text us directly at the number below, and we'll get back to you on how we can help you achieve your goals and get stronger.